Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back with another mystery quilt block. A scrappy quilt block, of course. I'm in the mood to put something together. I'm very anxious to start putting the pieces that we've been making, putting them together. I don't have to wait till I have enough for a whole quilt top. We can just start that at any time, right? So I'll do a few more mystery blocks and then we'll start to build on that and subscribe so you don't miss out. Let's just get started. This is a 4-inch square that I had in my scraps, pinked edges, that's cool. And this is 2 inches wide by, you want more than 4 inches long. You know how I am. I like to, just sew on and then trim after. So 2 inches this way and 4 or more inches longer. Now let's see. Let's do something. I'm trying to go for on the bigger side. Okay. Do I want blue right on blue? How about this guy? Maybe this. Maybe this. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bit wonky. But let's see. Let's say 2 inches this way by 5.5 or longer. So once again, I'm just going to go like this. Now I'm going to put a strip here. This one happens to be about 1.5, 1.25. Let's just say 1.25. And I'm going to put that here. Oh, and it needs to be at least, I would say, go with 6 inches tall. Let's see. I can trim this a little bit, make that a little bit more even. You don't have to worry about doing the exact same sizes that I'm doing. I have a lot of little strips here. Okay, we're going with 1.5 on this by, I would say, go 7 this way. And I'm going to do it on, let's just do it right here. I'm trying to make this a kind of big piece, so I'm going to use a big piece like this. Just don't know where I feel like putting it. Maybe there, and kind of like that there. And what do we have? I don't know. It's pretty next to the black, but I'm being fussy all of a sudden. I'm going to put it here. So this is 3.25 inches tall by, it has to be at least, I would say 7.5 or even 8. Just going to lay that there. And so I think we're going with an 8.5 inch block. So this is what we have done so far, and I'm going to be using it in this direction with my big piece on the side here. Now I have 3 pieces here. We only really need them to be about 3 inches tall, but just for wiggle room, let's say 4 inches tall. So this guy is 5 by at least 4. This little guy is 1.25 by at least 4, and this one is 4. Now actually, because I'm going to not use that white, this is about 3.5 by 4. And I'm just going to sew these 3 things together. So let's see. I'm going to, how am I going to do this? I'm going to go like this, but I'm going to start up top. This is a batik, and I'm putting it in there. Now I think this is the right side, like this. Let me sew, and then I'll show you how I put them together. You may want to make some of these pieces a little wider, like maybe make your strip 2 inches wide. I think I told you it was like 1.25, maybe 2 inches, because look, I'm coming very close, but it is going to be trimmed this way. We're going to trim down to 8.5. So obviously I'm going to be cutting some of this off, but I'm going to sew these 2 together first, and then I will trim. So let me do that. Just going like this. And I'm not going to worry too much about the edges because we're going to be taking, for me, about 1/4 inch off each side. So this is what I have. Now, I'm not going to trim much from the bottom. I will make it even But see, there's a strip here. I don't want to lose too much of that strip. That's why I on purpose made this tall, because I can trim, and that's going to be great. And on this too, I can trim a little bit here, or I could trim more there. I could even this out, just even that out, and then measure 8.5 and trim here, because I have a lot of space here. So let me go trim 8.5 inches square. You could do 8. If you don't reach 8.5, then trim it to 8. I love it. I love the mix of things like animal print and batik. Now batik, you can put batik in there. It's a scrappy quilt block. Put anything you want. I love the colors, the way it's all working out. And I was able to get an 8.5. Like I said, if you're a little bit smaller than that, 8 is fine. It doesn't matter. It's all going to work when we start putting pieces together. And that is it for this one. And then this part that I cut off from here, that's going in my crumb box. And I'll even just leave this piece on there. I'm just going to go and put the crumbs. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. There's a playlist link in the description of this video. It's also going to pop up on the end screen in just a minute. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.